Welcome to 1111 True Crime Tarot. Today we're going to do call-ins, so get your phone ready, right? Now, before we get into it, just some things to remember. When you call, we're going to hear an echo if you're also listening to us. So you're going to have to mute the chat, mute the video while you're on the phone, okay? That way we can hear you clear, because that's what we want to do. We want to know what you at home, you in the live, right? What are you feeling on the Kylie Rodney case? And we're going to get into all of that. So, the second thing is we're gonna hold you to 3 minutes. So you've got 3 minutes to get your theory out there, get your feelings out there, whatever you want to share. That way we're leaving the phone line open because we're gonna go till 2:00. All right. So we have 1 hour, and I want us to get a bunch of calls in there. And if we leave it 10 minutes a person, we're only getting 6 calls. So, and that doesn't even work out because then I talk too. So it's like 4 people. So I want to make sure we leave it open. So be kind and give everybody a chance. Get your point ready right away, right? Or your question or your theory. It doesn't matter what you want to share. And it can be about any case you want to share on. Today, I'm personally going to be asking you about Kylie Rodney. We have our first caller. Let's go ahead. Let's just jump in both. This is Denise, Double Rainbow. Okay, let me see if I can do it. Hello, you're on air with Mama D. How are you, Double Rainbows?
I'm going to make it short and sweet.
Okay, hon.
A couple of the photos, I feel no energy in them. So they have to be fake, and I'm wondering if anybody else notices that too. And that I'm going to hang up so someone else can call you.
Okay, thank you, Double Rainbows. That was an awesome point, though.
I love everybody. Bye.
Bye, lovely. We love you.
Thanks.
Okay. All right, so that's an excellent point. Double Rainbows just called in. She brought up the point that some of these photos, like we're not picking up energy off of them, and are they photoshopped, right? Ugh, I can't wait this week. I get new glasses, brand new after 6 years. I was like, okay, we got some super chats. We need to do some good stuff. So I've got glasses coming because I desperately need them. These are actually broken, super glued, all that good stuff, all scratched up. And everybody was like, you need a new chair, Mama D. Let's buy Mama D a new chair. So even though I won't see your snooper chats for, a month because that's how YouTube does it, I've invested into it. And I'm getting us a new chair, so we're going to have to let go of King Camp. Yeah, the King Camp chair. I won't miss it. I won't miss it at all. All right, so Kylie Rodney case is what we're focused on. Look over at the thumbnail if you can. It's a picture with Sami in the car talking to dodging bullets. That's what I call him. That's all I'm going to say on that. But Sami has a cowlick like me. This is my cowlick. Like, it doesn't matter what I do. It doesn't matter how I wash my hair. It doesn't matter how I style my hair. This is going to go back and curve all. Do you see it? You'll see it in almost every video. Well, if not all, unless I have it slicked back. Sami has that. Kylie does not. I've looked at all her photos. She does not have that cowlick at all. Her hair goes straight down. It grows straight down in every single picture. Never, ever in any of her pictures does she have this right angle of a cowlick, which I have a small version. Now, Sami has that version. She has that in her pictures. And you'll also see Sami wears a hat to cover it, much like myself on a bad hair day, because you don't get to control these little guys, right? They're just crazy. So, I was looking at that picture that's the last picture of Kylie ever, allegedly. The first time I saw it, I felt something was off. The There's shadowing in it that I didn't understand over on the left, which does not match the lighting that she's in. It's very bizarre. We're missing some legs there, so you're like, well, they're underneath her because of the camera angle. All this. I also noted the cowlick and how short the hair is. The hair. Now look at my hair. You know, Kylie's hair is much longer than mine. Kylie's hair, she can put it in pigtails and it still comes here. So Kylie's hair is way down to here, right? Where's Kylie's hair in that picture, the last known picture at the Truckee business? Where's the hair? Why is it not quite the same color? And that bodysuit, we've seen Sami in that bodysuit. We saw a photograph of Sami in that exact type of bodysuit, a match. So I was thinking about it. I'm like, okay, Mags and Sami allegedly live like 4 houses apart. That's it. Mags allegedly is the one that was with Kylie that went to the party and then left. And then we have Sami reporting, my ride left. So if Mags and Sami got into a fight, Mags is out of here. Right? All of a sudden, Sami don't got a ride. So I find it weird when Sami's going into too much detail, over giving. And she's saying, we didn't ride together. We didn't intend, this is paraphrased. We didn't intend to ride together or go together. We did not go together. I bet you did. Everything in my spidey senses, as some like to call it, when they don't want to admit that they are, you know, tapping into the 5D realm. My spidey senses is saying to me, you did go with Mags and you did go with Kylie. And Kylie was your ride home. That's my intuitive feeling. And I feel like there was something going on before Kylie even goes to this party. And if that is true, would Sami and Mags and Kylie have been together at that last known photo of Kylie? Right? And that actually is Sami. Now, the problem with this theory, if that is Sami in the picture, is would the mom not have been like, that's not Kylie? I don't know. I don't know, because it's so hard to tell. Or is that it, Kylie? But the fact that we can get them so confused, and we've studied this case, could that have happened with the AAA driver? So that's a lot to chew on, right? But if Sami did ride with Kylie and Mags to the party, and that's why her ride left early, was Kylie her ride in the sense of my ride left? No, Mags left. And you were with Mags. So now it's kind of awkward because you've got Kylie and Sami who aren't even friends on Facebook. And I feel personally, intuitively, that Kylie is already under the influence of something before she leaves the house. I think the creme brulee is either way stronger than Kylie's used to, or there's something in it. That's just my thought. So, phone lines are open, you guys. I would love to hear from you. I will unlock the phone and get it all set up for us. Hopefully it stays unlocked. It locks. It is 1:11 on the nose for me. So let me know, you guys. Let's talk it out. There is a lot of questions about who's who in these pictures, right? We see a lot of, okay, I don't know why, but I just got hit by Reddit, and I don't even do Reddit, and like my phone lit up with Reddit. I don't know. So the questions I would have is, this is going to be so bizarre. So I'm going to talk until I hear the phone ring. Okay. But I want to hear from you because Mama D talks all the time. Mama D's always running her mouth, right? And it's your turn. And I want to give you the platform. So that's what it's all about. So I invite you to call in. The number is, I got to think because I have two phones, 715-721-6498. And I look forward to talking to you. But wow, you guys, I'm just saying, it's crazy. If you could that have really been not a guy in the San Francisco hat with their hair barely sticking out? Could that have been Mags? Because of the acne on both sides of the face? Could Mags have been playing the part? Could they have done something between the three girls that harmed Kylie? And they're like, we framed Jagger. We're not going down for this. We'll frame Jagger. And then you've got Sami and Mags out there. And is that possible? But then you do have three witnesses at Boca. You have the AAA guy. You have a stranger saying a male and a female were there with that type of a car. That's all they could say. Then you have a family friend, very close family friend, that said it was Kylie and a male with her car. Then you have the AAA guy saying that, he saw perfume in the car, alcohol in the car. And everybody's like, when does he say that? I swear to you, he says something about alcohol and truly, because I didn't know what he was talking about. And I went and looked the word truly up and turned out to be those little black cans. All right. All right. Let's do this. Where's the call? Okay. Let's see if I can get this turned on. My phone is not showing anything. It's just a big white screen. There we go. Oh. Can you try to call back, please? Y'all, this phone sucks. We may have to, if this works out to where you guys want to do the call-ins on a regular basis, I'm thinking about switching it up so that we could do that on my computer and use that screen, or what's it called? StreamYard. We used it once or twice, but I have to use my computer, I think, for that. But we could do that. So if you guys are into call-ins, let me know. So what do you guys think on that? Let's get chat up. And that way we'll find out what you guys are thinking. And we'll say good morning to everybody. Uno momento. Oh, that was a picture of Upchurch. What's he saying? Let me see. I like being an asshole, he said. He is full of piss and vinegar, I will tell you, all the time. At least he speaks his mind and he's authentic, and I appreciate that. Okay, we got live chat up. Yeah, I was at the mechanics today for a short time, and we're all done with the car, so it's completely, I did it 2 days. And why can't I get chat? We have 6 planets in retrograde, so nothing's working for me lately on the electronic department. Look, live chat. Blank. Completely blank, right? All right, let's see if we can't get it. I've never had problems in normal means. There, I got it. Hey, Laura, how are you, my beautiful Laura Croft? Wise Angel, welcome, welcome. StreamYard is what most content creators use. I know. I don't consider myself a content creator. I consider myself an 1111. We're always learning. We're always a work in progress. We're always here to enjoy each other's company. And the technical part is something we work out along the way. So I went to town. Did I keep the receipts? No, shoot, they're downstairs. All right, so I've got the paint swatches, right? Those little tabs. We're painting this room. And then I'm turning that part of the room into a chat area. where we'll have the wall behind us. We can put up our happy birthday, big neon sign. We can put things that people have given us and frame some pictures. And so we'll have this part. I'm totally crooked. We'll have this for 11/11, and then we'll have that for this kind of chat, right? It'll be a lot of fun, but it's going to be major work. But that closet's done. Well, almost. A little bit to go. It's organized. We got to put it back together, though. Sixth Sense, how are you, Amelia? Lady D, good to see you. Rosebud, double rainbows again. Katie Bug, I can't find one pic of Kylie in that belt or any ever. Yeah, but I've seen, I swear to y'all, I remember seeing Sami in that belt twice. I'm wondering, could that be actually? I've looked and looked and looked. Then I thought, all right, well, let's take it to you guys, see what you feel. I don't want to do a whole reading on one photograph, you know? It's bothering me, though, because when is the last time Kylie's mom laid eyes on Kylie physically, like right in front of her? Not with a phone, not texting, but like laid eyes on her child. And this is what we said. This is what we exchanged. I gave her a hug, whatever. When's the last time Kylie's mom actually saw this child? Mom went to the car show at Reno for the day. Allegedly, Kylie texted at 11:30, but we have no confirmation of who really texted that. Could have been a killer. And then we have the story of Jagger and Kate going to Reno to the car show. When did that happen? Are you telling me that, you know, Jagger drove all the way from Napa Valley and attended the car show? And then that was the same day that Kylie goes reported missing? Or was, because Jagger's not supposedly in town, he's been cleared, so it wouldn't have been the night of the party. He wouldn't have been at Reno with the mom and Kate. But yet, with all these, Kate and Jagger went to the car show. When? Because that puts Jagger in Reno less than an hour away from Kylie and not at a party and not fishing with his dad, but at, and is that something that is just a rumor that everybody made up? What do you guys think? Do a reading on that shady PI? Wise Angel, I can tell you that man is not showing his real face. I would not trust him farther than I could spittoon. Yeah, double rainbows. Why is Jagger staying at Kylie's mom? He didn't even have a thing about Kylie on his Facebook until she's missing. Then all of a sudden it's all about Kylie. If he was so lovesick, why didn't the boy have all over his Facebook, "Oh, I love you, Kylie," before she went missing? Why wasn't he like, "I hope we can work this out, da 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 da"? But no, Kylie has to go missing first. And then it cues him up, and now, okay, now I've remembered there's a Kylie. Yeah, that girl missing, she was my ex-girlfriend. I'm now going to engage into all this, you know, romantic, like, banter. We'll call it that. I'm not doing it on Check It TV. I'm not reading on other YouTubers. I'm not doing it. Not doing it. Check It TV, I'll tell you, looks just like the guy that is standing behind the blonde law official during the presser release when the officer is standing at the podium and they ask the man, the officer, if there was more than one body in the car. And he goes, and he looks up and he thinks about it. And then he says, no. If you look directly to this side of him right here, like if I was that guy at the podium and you look right here, I swear to you, that man looks exactly like the Check It TV guy. He's in the Navy uniform. for real. Okay. Sandy. Hello. Okay, let's do this. I answered it. Let's see if it's going to work. I got a blank screen. Hello, Sandy. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's Sadie.
Oh, hey, Sadie. How are you?
But you can call me Sandy. Just call me.
I named you wrong in my phone is all. I'm sorry.
That's okay, honey. I think Jagger's being protected by the police.
You do?
Yeah, it's sad to say, but yes, I do.
Yeah.
And that Nathan guy. That Nathan guy is that Wu's son.
Okay, so we've got, are you saying Nathan or Nate?
No, Nate. Nathan, same name.
Oh, okay.
Jagger.
Okay, so
that's Wu's son. And he's the one that gave that 15-year-old fentanyl.
Okay, wait. Sadie, that's two different men. The gentleman, I won't call him a gentleman. The scoundrel that did the fentanyl is not the Sheriff Wu's son.
Oh, it's not?
No, factual. Factual. It is not.
Oh, okay.
That has been thoroughly vetted.
Yeah, because I was reading, about Truckee down there, and they said that his son was up for manslaughter charges.
Yeah, we would. Okay, so there are four Nates. If you count, there are four Nates. Nates, whatever. And one of them was arrested after Kylie went missing for the fentanyl and the overdose.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the sheriff's son. And then that sheriff's son allegedly is the one that Sami was dating.
I thought that was Kate that was dating.
Yeah, it gets so confusing, and it could be, but
they don't have any girl code down there.
It does get confusing with all the same name throughout the case. Everybody is getting confused, and then there's no validation of who's really friends with who or how they hang out, but they're all teenagers the same age. They're all going to the same parties. So, I think they are all connected. I think it's one circle.
I feel that they've got an occult down there due to that Donner path.
Yeah.
I think the kids have been, they've been practicing occult stuff. And I think it's because of, where they're living at and how they were brought up about the Donner path and stuff.
Well, it is weird. Like the Donner family, it was mostly children that survived. And they were
children that got ate.
Well, it was mostly children in the whole group. And then what's that?
Half of them survived.
Less than, right.
Mm-hmm.
And they were mostly children.
Mm-hmm.
And so you got to, really think about that. That means that the children were in charge, more or less.
Yeah, exactly. Like Children of the Corn.
Yeah, like a warped Goonies version.
That's what the people remind me of. And that Max, her face is all messed up from meth.
It is very messed up, indeed.
Yes, it is. It wasn't like that before in pictures, that they show of her where she's got a clean face.
Well, and then the only other thing is what if that's not, okay, what if that's not meth? What if that's not acne? What if that is fingernails being dug into a face?
Mm-hmm. Well, that was on her prior to Kylie missing, though.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay, because I've wondered that, and I haven't done any readings on it, but I'm like, I wonder.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And boyfriend makes it. I think they had it there that night, too. And she said she left and she didn't leave. And I think that's one reason why she was so upset and had to go to the hospital that night. Remember I told you that she had to go to the ER whenever they found Kylie?
I don't know
Yeah.
where that came from. That, you would think that, we would see like some other creators talk about that with Mags
And
and Jagger
Jagger
going
went
to
to the
the,
hospital.
huh?
Jagger went to the hospital with Max.
Yeah, that's so bizarre. And you're the
It's
only person that's ever said that to me, or have I read that ever anywhere? Never. So I
yeah.
find that questionable.
Mhm. I find a lot of it questionable. To tell you the
Right,
truth.
right, right.
It's so sad that it had to take that girl's life, though. And I think she was a sacrifice. I do. I think them girls were just so jealous of her, they just wanted to get rid of her. And it's sad because she had so much talent, and the men wanted to be with her rather than with them. They were like second choice.
It could be. I feel
Mhm.
there's more to it than that. I feel like there's a specific reason why it took place myself. I feel that
Well, there's rumors that Kylie was pregnant, and she did say on a spirit box that she had a very bad secret.
oh,
She never said what it was, but she said she had a very bad secret.
okay. All right. Well,
Uh-huh.
thank you, Sadie, for sharing all of your opinion and thoughts and feelings with me and
Oh,
everyone.
you're my favorite person to call into, Danny.
Thank you.
So, yeah, you're just so sweet and so pure and honest. You
Well,
know.
I am very honest. I'm honest to a
Yeah,
default. I
I'm,
can
I'm so I'm so honest it gets me in trouble
Yeah,
sometimes.
that's what I mean. Like, I hate it when somebody asks me something and it's going to be the answer they don't want to hear.
Exactly.
Does this
Yeah.
hat make me
Don't
look dumb?
don't
And
want me
I'm
to.
like, yes. Don't wear that
Yeah.
hat ever again. Go burn that hat. Go burn it.
Exactly. I know. Well, do you want the truth or you want me to lie to you?
Yeah,
Because I'm
are
telling
you
you
sure?
the truth.
I have said, are you sure you want me to answer that?
Yes, exactly. All
Thank
right,
you,
honey.
Sadie Love.
Have a good finish of your session, okay?
Thank you.
And
Thank you for the
I'll
support.
be watching you.
All right. I love you.
Love you, honey. Bye bye.
Bye
Love you,
bye.
Christine.
Uh, Sadie is such a sweetheart, always. Always. Oh, I got a missed call. So if you want to try back, the phone lines are open. Um, okay, so Double Rainbow says, I feel its mom wants to discard her. I don't get that, but maybe you're right. But in my opinion, there is something mom's hiding about. And is it the alcohol? Has mom and stepdad, have they supplied illegal substances, which even could be alcohol if it's to minors, right? Um, think about it. Why would Kylie's car be the hot spot for alcohol? Because you have a trunk full of alcohol? Where did a 16-year-old get a trunk full of alcohol? Because if you have one bottle, it's not going to be the hot spot very long if you have a ton of kids. Another point, I was watching a different program and they had a photograph of the sign of selling drinks, right? Allegedly of that party. Um, and the drinks are extremely cheap. And the person that was hosting the show, the creator, went out there and was like, why are they selling these drinks so incredibly cheap? Like, you can't buy it for that wholesale. I thought these were smart kids. Why would they be selling it so cheap? If the alcohol was free to them for the graduation party, free, that's when they're going to just charge a little bit. So we know that there are those that could buy alcohol if they're 21 or older. Who are the people buying the alcohol? And isn't it weird how, like, this case is the only case in history that I've ever heard of where right off the bat they go on record as law officials saying they're not going to hold anybody accountable for drugs and alcohol abuse? What happens if that is why this child is dead? You're not going to hold the person accountable? Why did they go on record? Why did that county go on record stating that nobody was going to be in trouble for drugs or alcohol? You know, you've got to wonder a little bit about that. Hello, you're on the air with Mama D.
Hello.
Hello, who am I speaking with?
Hi, my name is Marty.
Hi, Marty. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I was wondering if you could do a reading on the bodysuit that was found.
Bodysuit.
Remember when that was found? It was found on the Monday after. And it was found on the road that led from Prosser to Boca.
Oof.
It was a dirt road. It was in the middle of the road, and the local residents found it.
I snapped a screenshot of it, and it even has the snap.
Correct. It has the snap, it has the side label, and it has the lining across the top. I'm wondering if you could do a reading on that. Do the police have it? Did they collect it? Did they do DNA on it? Was it hers? Was it Kylie's?
I think that's an awesome, incredible idea, and I'm starring that. Well, okay, so let's take that for a minute. Let's go in theory. So let's say it is the bodysuit in the picture. Now the question I have is, we have a photograph at that last alleged photograph of Kylie at that truck stop, right?
Correct.
All right. We see that bodysuit on this person. Now, what if that is actually Sami in the photograph? Do you feel that's possible?
No, because Kylie was wearing a bodysuit. You could see her hip, the skin on her hip.
But that's not what I'm asking, hon. Listen, Marty, I'm saying in that photograph where you can see the hip, right?
Yes.
How do you know, because Kylie's hair is much longer than that girl's, how do you know that is Kylie?
Oh, because the more recent photos of her, she has her hair cut shorter.
Okay.
And it's strawberry blonde, and the photos of her with the longer hair, she was younger and had braces.
Okay, so that makes a very valid point. If her hair has been cut shorter, it could be her.
There's a video of Kylie and her grandfather, and her hair is shorter. That's where she's singing, and he's accompanying her. And her hair is shorter, and it's strawberry blonde color. Okay.
Well, that's definitely, something to look at. I do think we need that reading, though. I think you're right. That might be something we do tomorrow.
Because that bodysuit was found on the road between Prosser and Boca. I believe that was her that was spotted, like you said, by the 3 witnesses up at Boca.
Okay.
She left the party. She made it to Boca. 3 people saw her there. 2 of them spoke to her and interacted with her. But the problem is the guy she was with. There was clearly tension between her and the man that was with her. She wanted to get away from him, kept moving away from him, and he kept going over towards her. So there was tension. There was something going on that Nick could not pick up on. But maybe it was her way of saying, I need help.
Yeah.
Maybe she was Nick and trying to get him to remember her because she was afraid something was going to happen to her, or already did happen to her, that she could have put the car in neutral just so they wouldn't leave other people at the campground. You don't know. We don't know. Right.
Well, you brought up some very, very interesting points to really look at, but I agree. And if let's say that is Kylie's. What's that?
Yeah, if she goes missing and 2 days later they found exactly what she was wearing in the middle of a dirt road close by where she was, that should raise red flags for everyone, and no one's paying attention to it.
Well, I am.
You're looking at friends or frenemies or whatever they were.
Yeah. Well, that's why I do these call-ins, because I want you guys to have a voice and a platform where you can just be like, we need to really look at this. And you guys have fresh eyes. Like, as a creator, I'm not one that goes after what to do the read on. I wait for it to come to me.
Okay.
And so that's why you'll see me do days where I don't do anything on Kylie, because nothing was shown to me. But that struck a point of interest for me, is that bodysuit. So much so that when I saw the photograph, I screenshot it the other day and I did a comparison. And it is, in my personal opinion, it hits all the criteria. It's got the spaghetti straps. It's got that little snap in the middle. There's enough material of it for it to be a complete bodysuit. You can see the high arching of, like you said, where the skin showing in the photograph, the high hip cut of the bodysuit. You can see the really high arches of the sides of and that's found, like you said, between Boca and Prosser. So what would Kylie have been wearing?
It was on a dirt road that locals know how to get from one location to the other. And it was in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
Police were telling locals, be on the lookout. This is what she had on. And someone found it. Do the police have it? Did they do DNA? Was it Kylie?
Right. And I guess the other question I have is, why would it be off of her at that point in the middle of the two locations?
Correct. She's not going to be throwing out her clothes that she's wearing out the window.
No. Wait. Holy crap. Marty, what if she would be? What if, okay, y'all, all right, hear me out. You're held captive, right? And you're being taken hostage, let's pretend, right? You have clothes in the car. You've told somebody you're cold and they've let you switch clothes so you're out of the bodysuit, but it's laying around, right?
Yes.
What if you threw it out as a Hansel and Gretel move of like, I'm being taken to a different location?
Mm-hmm. Yes, that is possible.
Boo. And then think about this. The next move we would have in this theory line would be Boca, where we've now got the car neutral and she's being like, can you show me how to put my seatbelt on, my actual belt? Can you show me, as if, like you're saying, was that a safety signal? Oh.
I think she was scared. I think she didn't want to be around whatever guy she was with, and we don't know who she was with. The police do, because they identified that person. But
and Jagger's in the clear, so it's not Jagger.
She did not want to be around him. She was afraid of him, and she was trying to clue the roadside assistance person that there's a problem here, and you better remember me, because if I disappeared, someone needs to know what happened to me. But the only clothes that we saw, we know she had a duffel bag in the car. There was a bralette hanging in the car. If you look at AWP's video, there's a bralette, black, hanging from the floorboards down towards the ceiling in the car.
I did see that.
The Odd Future sweatshirt was in there, crumbled up. So she had those, and the other gray sweatshirt she was wearing. But what other clothes were there? I don't know.
And it's weird that allegedly she's wearing a gray sweatshirt, right?
Right.
And then the Boca guy, the AAA driver, describes a gray sweatshirt.
Yeah, a light gray.
Yeah. What's weird also is, so the other day I did the reading on what AWP knew that they were kind of keeping tight to themselves. And I wasn't able to show everything at this time because I now know why they are holding a little bit back. And I was guided to do that as well. So I did. And I get it. It's more or less an ace in the hole. It doesn't point either way. It just proves that AWP is doing their diligent part of showing what is being shown to them. All right. I don't know if that makes sense, but in that, I was shown that there were bare legs, and I brought it up in the reading, and I'm like, that is part of what they can talk about if they chose to, is that the diver, I think his name was Nick.
Correct.
He, in my reading, saw bare legs, which made me worry about where are Kylie's pants, right? Well, then, since then, last night, I was like tuning into some of those late night broadcasts And this woman came on, and she was a caller, and she spoke of this other website, and I don't remember what it was, but you can go to it, and then they look like they're putting a body on a gurney, right? When they're getting, like, before the car's out of the water. And it looked like bare legs to me, y'all.
Well, in the AWT video, they blurred it, obviously. The first thing the diver, Nick, said was, I see a pair of shoes. So she had shoes on. Now, when she was reported missing, she said she had black Vans on, but it clearly looks like white sneakers through the blur, and it looks like her bare legs.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion is what he's seeing through the window. It may not be accurate.
Right.
But
to me, it looked like those white, to me personally, it looked like hiking boots.
Could be. I thought they were the white tennis shoes she's often pictured in.
Yeah.
That were a little higher.
And you know what? Both of us could be right or wrong. Who knows? So
yeah, we don't know.
We don't know on that. But yeah, I do think we should do the bodysuit reading. I think you're right, Marty. I appreciate you bringing that up, and I very much enjoyed talking with you.
And the other thing I wanted to bring up, the person who found the bodysuit, Jessica, she said the locals are scared to death to say anything, that there are other locals who have photos and important information they want to give to the FBI because they don't trust the local police. And she said another person found evidence and the police never came out to collect it. So that might be the pants, it might be something else.
Good Lord.
She didn't specify, but that was Jessica who found the bodysuit.
Right.
And I think everyone's missing the point, focusing on the wrong people and the wrong things instead of focusing on what happened to Kylie, what happened to her. And
right.
Who did this to her.
And I think you're right that we need to repurpose our focus a little bit for now because we're not getting anywhere the other way.
Right. The important facts or clues that we know of is she was last seen at Boca.
Right.
That was on Saturday morning at Boca.
Right.
And she could have thrown the bodysuit out, letting people know I was here, just like she was trying to clue the roadside assistance guy.
Why else would it be out there? I mean, think about the other side of the coin of the bodysuit being on the road. The killer's not going to purposely throw that bodysuit out because he knows that this person's going to be reported missing and the last thing they wore is going to be important. So you can't, I personally can't see the killer going, okay, off with your bodysuit. Now throw it in the middle of the road, just a few miles away from, so it almost would seem like it was like a moment to where the victim got it out. And this is just my theory. The victim got it out there as a Hansel and Gretel move, maybe.
Right. Yes. So that people would know where she was and what happened to her.
And that's two questionable times that we see possibly a hint for needing help.
Correct. Yes, and the behavior dancing around the car. She didn't want to stand near him. She didn't want to be by him. She didn't trust him.
Yeah.
Who was he? She wanted to get away from him.
Yeah.
And it clearly is her because 3 people identified it as her, and it was.
Well, two people said that it was her. The third person was a stranger, and they're a couple. And they could not tell you who it was. They saw someone that they was a female and a male, and it looked like that type of car.
Right.
So, yeah.
But, yeah, I found Jessica and her discovery very interesting. And the other thing she brought up was that the locals, there's a lot of money in that area, and maybe the person who did this has connections. Maybe he's the son of a billionaire or something. And money talks, and maybe that's why everyone's shutting up and not saying a word.
Mm-hmm. Could be.
So that was an interesting thing of why the police keep screwing up.
Yeah.
But it's hard to know, and she needs justice, and people. I don't like how people keep blaming the victim. Stop blaming the victim. She's a victim.
Yes.
You put yourself in the trunk of your car and drive it into a lake. You don't do that. No one does that. This girl is a victim.
I agree. Thank you, Marty, for calling.
Thank you. I look forward to hearing the reading and checking out more of your videos.
Yeah, that's wonderful. I appreciate anytime any of you tune in, because then, it gives us more ability to tune in even deeper into the readings. You guys, your energy, it commingles into one like frequency, if you will, of truth. And so that's why I feel like my readings are so strong and so on point, is because of you guys. So thank you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right. You have a wonderful day.
You too.
Okay. Bye for now.
Bye.
Yeah. Oh, I love talking to you guys, because that is so, we have to do a reading on that now. That bodysuit, because like that was the tip of the iceberg for me, because it was like, I want to say 3, maybe 4 nights ago. I don't know, blurred little timeline there for me. I would be terrible in one of those things where they're like, what time did you do this on this day? I'd be like, I don't even know what day. I'm a hunter. Oh, my days and nights blend in together. There are moments, y'all, when I stop and I'm like, is it Tuesday? Is it Tuesday? And everybody's like, it's Thursday. I'm like, oh, so please don't. But 3, 4 nights ago, I was listening to that, and they brought up the bodysuit. This witness, this Jessica, she was on, or they had her recording of her reporting this, and like she waited till she had to go to work and nobody came. And by the time she got back from work and took the same path, the bodysuit was gone. We don't know who got the bodysuit. We don't know if the police got the bodysuit. And so she had taken screenshots, and I screenshot that. So it'll be on our thumbnail, and that's going to be for tomorrow's reading. We'll probably do Sunday's reading at 1 o'clock, because we have 3 o'clock. We have our members Fight Club on chapter 4. It is such a bizarre book. Like, I can't be like, oh, it's bad, or, oh, it's wonderful, it's good. I can't be any of that. All I can be is like, what am I reading? And I can't put it down. Like, I'm on chapter 10, right? For me. And I'm like, okay, where am I now? And I get submerged into it because it's such a different world. But I'm starting to understand much more about why these how do I want to put this? Privileged, that's the proper word, privileged children, right, would engage in this fight club. What is the purpose? It's there in that book. It's there. You just wait. Stay on this trip with me. It only gets weirder, and it only starts making more sense, which it's creepy. It's a world for Tyler, right? Tyler Durden. And there's reasons why you have no photographs and you have no documentation being shared, and why everybody's scared. And then you go look at Fight Club, the book, and you're like, oh, it's starting to make sense. So stay with me on that. Now, with there are 3 chapters out there, chapter 1, 2, and 3, and everybody can sample it, see if that is even something you want to read. You need to listen to that before you be like, yeah, that book's for me, because let me tell you, it gets weird. All right. But then on the 4th one, yeah, I mean, spoiled brats. I do. Entitled, privileged, entitled, spoiled. I'm just going to leave it there. You're going to have to watch, read the book Fight Club yourself, or join us, whatever you want to do. But that will put in perspective a lot more about the Kylie Rodney case. For me, it's putting a lot more in perspective about the Lion Brondry and Gabby Petito case. Like, it's opening up a whole new understanding of why Gabby didn't talk to the Moab police. Oh my God. It's like we're cracking the shell of Fight Club, and we are going to be talking about it. I say it like that because the first rule in Fight Club is you don't talk about Fight Club. Second rule in Fight Club is you don't talk about Fight Club. And then you've got Mama Kylie, right? There's honor in silence. Hello, Joy. How are you? It says, something is funny. Also, the mom is somehow in on it. Is she afraid for herself because of the LE and locals? People involved, families are big there. That's a great question. Toot toot, truth train coming through. You got it, Sixth Sense. Hermit Zifrog, how are you, beautiful? Sassy Antique, good to see you. Will you show that pic? I haven't seen it. Which pic are you meaning, love? Are you wanting to see the body pic? Hold on. It will be on our thumbnail, but I got to see what phone. It was this phone, and I have it. So I'm going to close chat, which we'll go back to in a minute, because I don't want to mess up the picture. Okay. This is what was found in the road. Are you seeing it? It's got the tag. It's got the crotch snap. And it is almost identical, if not, why is it not showing me the whole picture? There. I've got one other area to show you. It's the same picture, but they've circled, they did it, not me, the actual snap that goes down below in the crotch area to show that that's not just a black tank top. You can see there's the snapping part. I'm trying to get it where y'all can see it without the glare of the camera. So we're going to do it. That black bodysuit, Marty was right. It was found between Boca and Prosser, and we have witnesses, not just the AAA guy. We have 3, actually 4, because that was a couple that saw a couple, right? So that's 4 witnesses that saw someone that resembles Kylie with a male in that silver car. And then you got family members going, it was Kylie. Before she was ever found at Prosser. Which, if that means on the night of that party, she didn't drive in that lake if Boca is real. She got taken or drove, or someone drove her to Boca from Prosser. And then the car is put back there. And I'm feeling, I've really meditated. I really dug deep, and I feel like the car was actually put in the Prosser on the early morning of the 7th. So it would be the night of the 6th and early morning of the 7th. Through my prayer, I felt like it wasn't weeks. Originally, I was wondering, was it put in storage? Was it this? Was it that? No, this car was put in the woods, camping, possibly at Boca for the day, and or a different campsite. And then at night on the 7th, in the wee hours of the 6th, however you want to look at that, that's when I personally feel like it went through. All right, you guys, 7, we're going to go a few more minutes. I'm not going to do these call-ins if y'all don't call me. We'll just stick to readings. I do like the 2 calls that I got. That was wonderful. I don't know why the rest of you are so shy. It's a phone number, 715-721-6498. Give me a call. You got a few minutes left. Let's hear it. If I got to go on here and talk to everybody all the time and not be scared and shy, then you guys can do that with me. It's just your voice. It's not even your real name, right? Give me some help on that. Thank you. Okay. Let's get this call. I think we did it. Hello, you are on the air with Mama D. How are you today? Okay. I'm trying to turn the volume up for you. 1 second. There you go. Can you hear us okay?
Yeah, hi. This is Sheila.
Hi, Sheila. How are you, beautiful?
Oh, good. I was just listening in.
Yeah.
I just had a couple of questions. One thing about the tow truck thing and about where they gave the roadside assistance in that, like on that little dirt road area.
Mm-hmm.
It seems odd to me about the whole being in neutral and not starting and all that. Because I agree that she was asking for help in a way, and the guy just totally missed all the clues. And the description of the guy, like if he says she was afraid of him, that could be real. But then I kind of think sometimes that she was already in the bag.
Yeah.
So I don't think she drove her car in there. I think the guy did, or whoever she was with, by accident, or maybe, I don't know. But with that window being broken on that one side, it makes me feel like there was maybe more than one person in that car and they got out.
Okay. Like, all right. So when you say more than one person and then they got out, are you meaning like after it was underwater?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Because you went from Boca and then you're like more than one person in the car and they got out. Okay. All right. So I feel that I can honestly say I feel like there was somebody that took that car in the water.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't feel like it was pushed.
No, it wasn't pushed. And that's why I think like when Jagger said it was an accident and whatever, I believe that because they probably know more than we do from the police talking to the parents. And Jagger's probably staying with the mother so he can get the info,
Yeah, but why would they clear Jagger if it's an accident? Nobody would need cleared.
Well, it's still foul play, I think, but
well, then it's not an accident, right?
Right, but I mean, they could have accidentally drove in there, not meaning to. Or what I was thinking is maybe she was fighting with him in the car or something, and they wrecked into the lake. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Something along those lines.
Okay, but do you not believe Boca happened then?
No, I believe Boca happened. I mean, they still had time. I'm thinking about like when, I think you're right about them. It's not weeks before they put the car in the thing, but I have a feeling that.
Because I'm going to tell you, if they're in Boca, if you're going with the theory that yes, Boca happened, and Kylie is alive, I do not see that turning into an accident and accidentally going into Prosser Creek Reservoir at that point.
Well, yeah, but I mean, because I think, like I said, I think there was more than one person in that car. Obviously she was seen with someone else.
Right,
so,
right.
So, like, if they were fighting or, she was trying to get away from him or something and, she somehow, caused them to wreck and go into the lake.
Okay. All right. So, but yeah.
Pointing more so than.
Well, I think if Boca happened, if Boca did happen, if that's a real incident, there's no way in any realm that you're going to convince me that was an accident and they went in the water accidentally. No, because they're returning back to a known, at that point, crime scene where the child was missing from. And it was already all over the news that this child was missing. So this is a full-blown kidnapping at that point.
Right, that's what I think it is, a kidnapping. Like,
okay.
She was with someone that she didn't want to be with, or she woke up and this person was driving her car or something, and she didn't know.
Okay. And that could very well have been.
Yeah, and then with her, because I think it's really sketchy with the way they said that the tow truck. I mean, she called the roadside assistance. Why wouldn't she just call 911 rather than, I don't know, because I know like in California they have like those. If you're driving down the freeway or the highway or whatever, you see these little signs that say roadside assistance, and it says dial whatever number 71161, some weird number, and you'll get the roadside assistance people. So that's probably It just seems odd to me that they would dial that and not something else.
Right,
I
right.
mean, the guy is so stupid he wouldn't know to check those things in the car, which makes me think he was forcing her to drive, maybe.
Maybe keep his eye on her.
Right, and yeah, and then I don't know. It just all that part just makes it a little sketchy for me. All the bodysuit and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's maybe she did throw it out as a means of like, here's a breadcrumbs for for finding me.
Yeah.
So
well, and Jessica, the lady that came across the bodysuit, as the previous caller said, was saying that others have more evidence in that local area, but they're too scared to come forward. So is that the pants? Is this clothing that Kylie was throwing out to leave a breadcrumb,
right.
taking, me to like saying, okay, follow me to Boca. But all right, thank you, Sheila, so very much. I appreciate you calling in, lovely.
All right, yeah, you have a good day.
You too, and I will talk to you again soon.
Okay, bye.
Thank you. See if I answered it. This little cheap phone doesn't work the best, but here we go. As soon as it appears, it's got to ring like 4 times. Stay on the line, you guys, when you call. There we go. I think I answered. I hear someone. Just one moment. Okay, can you do me a favor and turn me down in the background, please?
Yes.
Welcome to 1111 Tarot. You are on the air with Mama D. Hello?
Hello?
Hello? How are you?
Hello, is this Mama D?
It is. Who am I speaking with?
GM Lover, it's Lori.
Hi, Lori. How are you?
But I love you guys, and I believe in this stuff like I had.
Thank you.
I just can't even tell you how I know it, but I have several things I just want to list off for you guys to think about, which I've been writing notes for weeks.
Okay, well, you know what? I'm going to give you about 10 minutes, and then you will be our last call of the day. But I would thoroughly enjoy listening to your notes.
Thank you. Sorry. Like, I have always believed in this stuff. I've watched this stuff. I have sixth sense. Everybody told me my gut is right. And then my ex, like, I would just share to you is that his 25 years, the woman that he lived with, she ended up killing her 3-year-old child and her husband and burned the house down. And it's just insane. And I just have these connections, and I believe Mama D. Like, I know where science is.
Oh my gosh, that's horrific. Okay, let's talk about
It's okay if I just list some points for her to think about.
Yeah, that would be great. That would be fantastic. I've got this blue ink all over my hand now. Go ahead.
Oh my gosh, you guys are awesome. I don't even know how you keep up with all that chat. I don't even understand all of it. I've never called in my life, nor even really put messages out there on text, but I just feel strongly about this case.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and talk about what you got so that those that are listening kind of understand what you're talking about.
You want me to tell you now, or
yeah, that's what we're waiting on, lovely.
Right. Okay, so I have this list. I have a couple. Why didn't they share all the phones pinged that were in the area, and then call and speak to each one of them and pull them in? So, for example, if her phone pinged at that thing, why didn't they check all the pings that were at that same location at the same time and pull each one of those people in and investigate them, or even question them and look at their phone for text things, right?
Okay.
And then in the interview,
hello? Hello?
Hello?
There you are.
Hello?
Can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay.
Am I on a call?
Yes, you're on the call on the air.
Okay. Hi.
Amadee, like, you're amazing. I was just talking to Mother
Thank
Pop.
you.
I thought I was going over all this stuff. Like, I've never done this in my life, and I just wanted to, if it's okay with you, I want to share some things that I want you to kind of consider going forward.
Yeah, you've been talking to me the whole time.
Okay.
Okay, so what's number 2? What's number 2?
Okay, number 2 is that I did put it in the text messages in the chat, is that you don't take your belt off when you're going to the bathroom.
Right. You just unflap it, unhook it.
And was her jewelry ever found on the body? Any of it? Rings, necklaces? You know, we don't.
Good question.
And I was researching the stuff about what happens when a body is in a car. And it says when a body is, there's 6 stages. And at the end, because it fills up with gases, it floats to the top. She was still down at the bottom.
Right.
It also says that they have a cardiac arrest. So let's see if the autopsy shows that, you know.
Okay. Yeah, that part where she's at the bottom, that really bothers me too. That's a bit hang up.
It says that it'll fill up with gases and it naturally floats to the top. So she had to have been strapped in, or it would have floated to the top. They would have found her floating in there.
Well, because either she had just been put in like the night before, or she's strapped, is my opinion.
And where all this focus on this black bodysuit, how come the images don't show a black bodysuit on her?
They do in the last Truckee picture.
No, I mean in the car when they find her.
Yeah, who knows what she's really wearing?
Right, you can't see it, but that's just my question: is there really a black bodysuit on there? Because if she's really wearing it.
Well, she was at that one photograph, they allege, at that business, and that's the last known photograph. The good question is why she wouldn't be in it if she's not in it. Yeah, but yeah, that we don't know either way.
I agree with you. The whole Sami thing in the picture, I agree with you on so many things, and you're just phenomenal. Everything you call, you always end up being able to have proof of what you say.
Thank you,
One of the things I want to just say is that, people talk about Sami's interview, but they never really bring up the fact that she says at the end of the party, I talked to her at the end of the party, but then she goes on to say that she says, okay, I wanted to find a different ride. She called me. I could hear people in the background and I could hear music. I thought you just said it was the end of the party.
Right.
And also, if you said you're the last person to see her and you're saying that there's people and music there, wouldn't they be the last people to see her?
Right.
So many contradictions there, and I never really heard anybody say anything about that. One of the bigger things I want to think about, and I know I'm probably looking at this too much, but when you're looking at her shirt and she's writing in blood color red, and it's fine.
Wait. Who are you talking about?
Sami's shirt.
Okay.
When it's the search. If I lost my friend, the last thing I'd be thinking about is creating a shirt that says, "Find Kylie, team member." But if you look at it, and I don't know if there's anybody on here or anybody's ever thought about decoding what that's meaning, but she writes certain letters in bold. She writes certain letters slanted.
Oh.
And when I look at the lines, the I and the I looks like a line, and then the T in the third sentence looks like it's shifted to almost show the angle of where the car might be located. I don't know how people decode messages. I don't understand that. But they're serial killers. They write in all this stuff. But I almost feel like there's something in that message of the way they wrote those shirts.
My biggest question about Sami. Is when AWP found Kylie, right?
Yes.
Why was it that Sami was so certain and confident that they could not have, and that it was false? And that all of the kids were led to believe that AWP was at Boca. So if they knew she wasn't in Boca, they knew where she was, in my theory.
Exactly. And I have that as one of my listing points, is that's key.
I agree.
Also, when I would lose a friend, or let's just say I was losing a friend, my best friend in the world, and all of a sudden I found her, I would be bawling, being like, please, God, this is not her.
I'd be
Please tell me
mad. I'd be
it's not her.
so angry.
There
I'd be
was no-
crying and mad and throwing a fit on camera.
I'd be running there to find out, and I would be appalled and not saying it's not her. Not be like, wait a minute, this can't be true. I'm beside myself. I'm praying that the answers come back that it's not her. All of that is so wrong. And why wasn't the mother there? I have to.
Why wasn't the mother at Prosser or any of the okay, I get she's got to have lunch. I get that. So she takes a break to eat. But she doesn't ever address AWP with respect at all, ever.
Well, I would have met them, and I would have graciously said to me, you guys are so, I can't even believe you're doing this for me. You never even do this in your cases. You took a side to help me find my daughter with my plea that I was pleading to the whole entire country, help me find my daughter. And you guys show up. I would be there to meet you. Not that I want to have an answer on my daughter, but I would be hoping that every time they came out of that lake, they told me that they didn't find her. And I would be there waiting with them for answers. Because if you want answers where your daughter is, you would have been there.
They probably would have had to tell you can't go on the boat. You have to wait on shore.
Right. And I would have waited on shore.
Yeah.
Every second of the moment. I would have.
Because you're a real mom. You're a real mom. I'm a real mom. And, our listeners are real moms. So none of us that hold our children near and dear are able to understand, nor will we ever understand, a parent cut from a different cloth that doesn't show the care, the connection, the bonding, the love to that child. We won't get it. We can always say, make it make sense, but that's not going to, because we're cut differently, out of a different cloth by the divine as parents, which means, we're protectors of our children in the sense that it's our number one thing, right? Children don't fall number two in our life. So if we come across parents where the children aren't the primary focus, it is bewildering, to say the least.
And I didn't mean no disrespect to the mom. But I would tell you that I thought something happened to my son. I had to call my work, and I had to beg them for me to leave. On the phone, my husband, searching, calling friends, begging, pleading, until I found him. Like, I thought I lost my entire world, and I'm emotional right now about it. I've never seen her cry a single tear.
Right.
Are you telling me right now? I'm sorry, I'm same age as you, probably within the 50s, okay?
Yeah.
And you don't sleep all night. You get older, you don't sleep all night. How did she miraculously sleep from 11:30, whatever it may be, till exactly 8 a.m. to the point? You've never.
Well, and it's okay at the minimum, at the bare minimum. All right, your child has gone to a senior party. Your child is turning, their life over to college and moving away. They're going to be celebrating, drinking. So let's pretend for just a moment that is your child texting you that they want to stay longer. I'll tell you right now, I wouldn't be answering that text at all. I would be phoning that child right then and there. I want to hear their voice. I want to hear if they're talking clear. I want to know if they're sober. I want to know who they're with, if they're at the same party. I have too many questions to just be like, okay, I love you.
And go to sleep. And first of all, let her go there without a ride home and letting her know that she could call me. I would never let my do that anywhere, period. But there's so many questions. And you're telling me she didn't wake up in the middle of the night, at least at 1 or 2 in the morning, just to be like,
check
of air,
be like, is the car here?
You get that gasp. You just know. Intuition just comes over you, and you just miraculously wake up at 8 a.m. and you're having other people go look for her. Hell no. I would be in the car running there, searching, begging, pleading to be able to grab a hold of my child and hug and just hold them and cry.
Yeah.
So much without, I just don't even get it.
What about, okay, think about this. So allegedly mom goes to Starbucks in the morning where Kylie allegedly was tentatively planning to go camping with Mags, right?
Yes.
That's how you're looking for your kid in the morning after a party?
That's what I mean. You don't send a dear friend.
I mean, you just show up at Starbucks and you're like, hey, Mags, mind if I wait here for a few with you? Kylie didn't come home last night. She's only 16, just got her license. And, I just thought I'd wait around with you and see if she happens to show up.
It's impossible. I would have said, do me a favor. I have no idea where my daughter is. I'm going to the last location where it was turned off at 12:03. Don't understand why it's turned off. I got to go find her. If she shows up, please call me. Promise me immediately. As soon as she gets there, you call me.
If it would have been me or you, I think we would have had the entire Prosser campground completely awake at 3 a.m.
Exactly.
And tents would be shook down. Police would be there. We would be like, nobody leaves this campground till somebody talks. I want to know where I choked on my own spit. I'm emotional. I feel like I'm there and I'm like rattling tents and I've got like a cowbell and I'm like, hello, everybody up. My kid's not home. Where is she? One of you has her. I would have flipped my lid.
I'm the same way. I can't even hardly breathe. I'm feeling the emotions that I would feel like until I got to hold my child and know that they were okay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be okay. I've never seen the mom, which you say it the same thing. There's not one tear.
Not one.
Fake that. Like, how do you do that? Act like you're concerned and not a tear rolled down your eye. Like, I'm trying to fight it back right now, and I have tears rolling down my face, and it's not my child lost, but I'm remembering what I had when I almost lost my son.
Right.
And, there's just no emotion there. Like, I don't understand it.
Right.
And I agree with you on so many of the levels, and I know, and all I'm doing is praying for justice, but I have so many things that I'm looking into. It's like, okay, so Sami all of a sudden says, why is there all of a sudden we realized there's a sticker on the back of the car. But seriously, we wouldn't have gone around her whole vehicle looking at it when we were friends with her in the past.
Right.
Are you kidding me? Like, okay, so that's not going to solve the case. So we were friends with her. Everything's past tense. The mom talks in past tense.
Yep.
But and like I said, that things, but is there jewelry found? I talked about that.
Yeah.
The body floating, past tense.
Yeah, we've all talked about the past tense part.
And the family.
That's alarming, though.
Came out and said, "Okay, well, we're going to return all the funds." Nobody was really talking about this, but what happened to those GoFund?
Yeah, why didn't the reward go to AWP?
Exactly. They didn't even ask for it.
No, but I mean,
what I would have said to him, like, oh my God, you just saved me for years and years.
Yeah.
And nights or weeks of wondering what happened to my child. You gave me something that so many families across this country, this world, never get. There's still 30, 40 years cases being solved. There's so many that aren't solved. You just gave me the best gift. Not that I wanted to know my child was passed, but that I don't have to worry and wonder and keep searching and wondering. And they gave that to them. And they didn't do that with asking for the money. But all of a sudden, as soon as before they show up, you cancel it. And then all of a sudden, the spokesperson that's no longer there for the spokesperson for the family is saying to everybody, is like, oh, well, we're going to refund a certain amount, the larger amounts. What happens to that money?
Yeah, I agree. Well, thank you so much for sharing your list, and you have some brilliant points. It's a lot to chew on. It really is. I do appreciate what you're saying, especially when it comes to, what we expect from a parent that cares is more on the preemptive side, like what the parent should have done to prevent this. There's obviously some red flags, but then to top it off, that now we have a detached appearance of the mother wanting to even find Kylie or being grateful that the child was found. So yeah, you make some very valid points. You really do.
If it's okay, I'll say one more.
Oh, sure, Sheila, go ahead.
So Sammy says, I was driving.
Yes.
I was riding in the passenger seat, getting driven home. You don't say that, okay?
I know.
So did the police actually, because Sammy knows where the cameras are, did they check 89? Did they actually get her on video? Who did she drive home with? Who did she ride home with?
I'm smiling. I'm smiling, Sheila, because for me, I feel like at this point, anybody without any skill could be doing a better job than Placer County did.
Exactly. And it's
take a bunch of third graders and be like, okay, this is the case. You guys find the kid. And I feel like the third graders would have found the car.
Exactly. And you're doing an amazing job. And I'll keep following you. And I can't thank you enough. We want to bring justice to Kylie. And
yes.
Everybody, you know, I've never been a member other than AW, you know, like I follow them.
Yes.
Because
me too.
Feel their heart. And the last statement is everybody's like, oh, they wanted us to pay to watch a video. Do you know how many channels get super chats? And I'm not saying anything.
Right. So, absolutely. I think they, you know, right. And they always release it to the public in the long run. Exactly. It's just, if you want to see it sooner than everybody else, then help pay for their gas to fund the program. Help pay for some of the utensils and tools that they have to use, you know, and it's more or less, otherwise, if you can't afford it, you're not out anything. Be patient, you know, be patient.
Exactly. I became a member because I was like, okay, $5. But a super chat, people will do $5, $10, $3, whatever. But people are complaining because they were asking for $4.99.
Oh, I think that's silliness. This, you know what? Yeah. Creators work their butts off, and you can be like, well, you're only on the camera for an hour and a half a day. Okay, you guys, I want to explain to you that there is over 2 hours worth of emails and, you know, chats out there that you want to spend time individually with each person. And then also you've got to look at the situation that you're building content, you're researching content, you're working your butt off. It's out of passion though, so it's never work. You know, a true creator, and that's the form of the word is creation, is it comes from your heart. So you can tell the difference between somebody that's just logging some camera time versus a creator. AWP, they are a creator of safety, of resolve, of family life, and they bring a true healing with their passion. So please do go support them. Like Sheila's saying, it's very important for them to carry on what they're doing. How they do that is you guys are making it possible. I'm making it possible. Whoever shares money with them makes it possible. So go give them some love if you can. Oh, Willow, thank you so much for. I'm so sorry.
Everyone loves you. I will leave you with this last thing if you want.
Okay, this is your third last thing, Sheila.
Like, children, the police let the children create an app so that they could mark who searched what. They never asked who the person. They never made them log in to say who they were.
Children of the Truckee corn.
Follow up with this stuff. And also, it was a way for them to tell everybody, stop searching in that area. It's now time for me to plant the car.
Amen. Pass the butter. You nailed it. You nailed it. Amen.
I love you so much. I can't
Thank
even
you.
explain.
Thank you, Sheila.
The light in the world, and Kylie and Gabby latched onto you because you have that light, and which people always tell me I do.
I feel you're very intuitive. I truly do.
I hope you have a wonderful day, and
I hope you do too. Kylie. And justice for Kylie. Love you, hon.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, you guys. Let's see. Do we have another caller? I was only going to take one, but I want to give. Okay, you are on the air with Mama D. Can you turn me down in the background, please?
How you doing, Mama D?
Hi. Who is this?
I'm calling from Alliance, Ohio.
Okay.
And I just want to say that me, my wife, and kids, we love your show, and we actually love your presence on YouTube. You are very refreshing, and we mean it. Like, you are one of the most genuine mother of all. It's like you watching over us like every day.
I do watch over all of you. I truly do.
Thank you so much.
And thank you and your family.
reflect a little bit. R.I.P. Kylie Rodney. It's very sad. We got children's, and we've been following the case since the very beginning. I've been looking at all content creators. I'm a content creator myself.
What channel do you have? We can sub to you.
Yes. So it's like when I just like I always when you live, like we always hear you. When you live, we always hear. Like we love your content. We love the message that you bring to the community, and it's very refreshing. We need this. You know, people need to be aware that it's a spiritual world out there.
Yes.
That is here to help.
Yes. And the universe will help. The universe just needs.
I've been chatting, I've been chatting on all other content creators and putting my 2 cents with things. Very respectful, and I just want to say that everybody around Kylie felt her.
Yeah.
Everybody.
I know.
Unfortunately,
they did.
It's sad. 16-year-old. I don't know. I've seen some news reports that by the time this happened, it was very close to her ex-boyfriend. I don't want to mention no name. He was still living at the house with her and her mom.
Yeah, and still is now, huh?
So the problem here that I have with that it don't matter if you are boyfriend or ex-boyfriend, you have a duty, you have a responsibility towards that person within your house, within where you live. And it was the biggest party of the whole year. Everybody was about to be there. It was no excuse for him to not there. He would have missed that party for nothing. I don't care what no one says. Right. He would have missed that party for nothing, especially being so obsessed with her.
Yeah, well, and then when is it? Okay, I don't know about y'all, but I kept hearing rumors, and it's just whispers, rumors that Kate and Jagger went to the car show together.
But you see, alibis are very powerful, especially when you build them just right. I know this due to my past experience. Not very proud of that. With my past experience with police contacts and with the law, I know alibis are very powerful. They stand up on top of anything and everything, as long as you have it all worked out with whoever is going to say the same thing that you say.
Right.
The only way to break that is actually finding out the truth. Either a person that will say what happened, or which I encourage all those kids. I encourage, because I know hundreds of people watch you, and right after you're done with your life, it's going to be another 100,000 of people watching you, because I know this. I have keep track of how beautiful your channel is and the power of the message. So I know for a fact. You have said so many things that you said on your live streams, and people reply back, and they go back to reality, like, oh my God, like the spirits are actually talking. Like,
correct.
This is like good. It's goosebumps all over it.
Well, and people forget there's so much fakeness in the world. There's so much fake. And so when you get that spoonful of reality, of realness, you'll resonate. You'll be like, that feels real. And all of a sudden it'll wake your senses up to the divine, because you realize that there is true connection. Now, you don't just do this overnight. You do it through purification of your system, of your mental thoughts and years of dark night of the soul to get to where I am. But with that, it's basically boiling it down to, we are nothing but spirit, and we are encased in this meat suit. And so, when it really, at the end of the day, you'll resonate with somebody that's really telling the truth.
Yes.
The frequency will ring true.
By the way, Mama D, I wanted to, the whole reason why I love and I thank you and I appreciate you so much for answering the call. In my research, in my personal research that I have done, actually, I'm located in Alliance, Ohio.
Okay.
I'm far away from the whole situation. I don't know nobody. I know God. That's all I need.
That's all you need, hon. That's all you need.
You know that I know God. Knowing God, that's all I need to, to sit down and understanding information that is being brought to me by the TV and, by other content creators and little research that I have done on Google and quite a few calls that I have approached people that I know around by areas just out of self-awareness and personal information that I needed for myself as a parent because I needed to know what happened to this child.
Yes, me too. Yes.
It just, as parents, it's like, oh my God, I'm looking at my 3 daughters at home and my son, and I have 3 daughters at home. In total, I have 6 daughters. So
right.
It drives me crazy when I know this happened to a child, and the first thing that I think is like, where were her parents? Where were her supposed to so-called friends? Where were like her associates or well-known people? So me thinking of that, right? Being so far away from the whole situation, just getting to know by the newspaper and stuff. Hey, and big shout out to AWP. They are the best. I did contact them and stuff. I would love to be a part of their team. They have so much knowledge, like on rescue and diving, and I'm a swim dog. So
yeah,
I did approach him. Shout out to them. But the whole reason why I approach you is because I want to let you know, at least I want to share these notes with you on the spiritual side of things. I'm from Puerto Rico. I was born and raised in a spiritual temple.
Wow.
While going to the Catholic Church with grandma, raised by grandma. So, I think you're ready now. So anyway, long story short, my understanding of the whole situation is there is very, very dark forces behind it. Dark.
I agree.
Black magic is the black magic is comes straight from her house. Is dark entities in the woods. Is sort of when I say sort of, it's because it is a cult is not established. It's not established, like, or certified by the Department of State. This is bigger than that. It's bigger than that, and it comes from Reno.
Like a Rotary Club.
The problem comes from Reno.
A Rotary Club. They have a Rotary Club, which is what you're talking about, and I just learned about this last night. So, out of Reno. Is this Rotary Club that also members of Truckee are part of, and it's all based on money and nepotism.
And just so you know, I want to share with you that my mom, it was in a Rotary Club in Puerto Rico before she died.
Okay.
And so I do know what you're talking about. BTW, yes, you're right on point on what you're talking about.
Okay.
It's controlled by, I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, but it's actually controlled by the Satanic Church, North California, and
I just got reminded. I just got reminded when you said that one of the songs that keeps coming up for me is that Hotel California song by the Eagles.
Yes, all these kids, they're all rebellion in the Satanic Church. It says that they're not based into the evil part of that. I don't want to mention names. Like
right, especially with kids, but
they are literally in control of the whole community of Truckee through their affiliates.
Children of the
right now,
Truckee corn.
Right now, what they doing? They buying all the surrounding area that are available to be purchased, and they also are kicking people out of Truckee. They literally kicking people out of Truckee and making people leave Truckee.
What a good, you say that, and it makes me think to myself: is this how they were getting rid of maybe the inhabitants at the lodge there? Maybe help along with the kid disappear, and all of a sudden they're going to move out of the neighborhood.
Remember, this type of church has total control of the town, and
I agree.
About adults. I'm talking about everybody. Everybody within that Truckee town, everybody. But few. Those few that are not with it, that are actually legit Christians, are getting kicked out by pressure, by group pressure.
They're scared too.
So the thing is, everyone in Truckee is scared to speak, because as soon as they speak or say anything, they get kicked out from everything they know. Friends, family, nature, I just want to put this in the air to see if you could touch within the spiritual side of things and they could actually get a little deeper. Already seen quite a few content creators that actually has confirmed what I'm saying without me saying a bit.
Right.
I have a notebook of 3 pages of nothing but I let my hand go and let my hand write what it needs to write, and what I got out of it, Mama D, of which I could show you, because it's the most disgusting thing far as spiritual thing, and it's all witches and wizards, it's money, it's drugs, it's sex. That's why you see them all dressed in rock and roll.
And did you see, I mean, if anybody's doubting what you're saying, did everybody notice the robed woman walking around at Kylie's memorial? I mean, this woman had a train on her dress. She is a high priestess. I know that outfit. Spiritually, I recognize that person as being a high priestess at that gathering, and that person was going along and greeting everybody at that big circle event in Truckee. And then the mother said, "My daughter," and then she corrected it and looked over at all the people, and she's like, "Our daughter."
Yes, it's spooky.
It's spooky.
It's like, let's say it's things at home. It's things at home. Listen, I want to put this in the air. I know a lot of people are listening. I don't want no one to mistake the ceiling, the roof of the SUV that bent down.
Yeah.
From the sunroof.
Yeah.
That was not when the car went down. They were celebrating her death. Somebody, I don't want to say no name, got on top of her SUV and started jumping on it on celebration. That didn't happen when the car went down in the water. It's too shallow, like to have that much of a pressure to hit hard like that.
That is kind of questionable, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes, and if you realize, like, if anybody in the chat has jumped on the top of a car, you could tell the dent of the 2 feet.
I got to look at it again. That's very, very interesting. I will check that out. Thank you. Thank you so incredibly much for calling in and sharing this time with me and everybody.
Thank you so much, Mama D. Love you. God bless you. God bless your spiritual health. And we're here watching you getting all that spiritual nutrition from you.
Oh, bless your heart. Give your family lots of love from me. And I send you lots of protection and positive energy, okay?
God bless. Thank you.
God bless you. And thank you.
Have a great day and blessing day.
You have a great day too, love. Bye.
Bye.
All right, let's see here. Do we have another caller? Hello, this is Mama D. You are on the air. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Hear me?
I hear you now. Who do we have today?
Well, I'm going to go by Nana J.
All right, Nana J. Happy to have you along. What do you have to share with us today?
I'm actually going to go kind of along with your last caller. And I wasn't even going to say anything. However, when he came on and he kind of hit right there, but he's a little off. Okay, I used to live in the area. I actually ran out of the area. Yeah. So, who runs our country and what are they involved in? They're involved with the Masonic temples.
Okay, yeah.
What are the Masonic temple kids involved in? Well, the girls go to what is called Rainbow Girls.
What is it called?
Rainbow Girls.
Okay.
Rainbow Circle. Where is their Rainbow Lodge? In the area up in Truckee.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. And what was that dress that you saw was the head.
Yeah.
And the way Mama talks, she has been involved.
Yeah, she has been programmed. She's drank the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is all Masonic related. That is why you have the government people like Xana May coming in to cover this up.
Yeah.
This is bigger than big because now you have a head honcho from the Masonics.
I saw that.
It's Masonic.
33. We kept getting
Masonic
33
temple.
through her whole reading.
Yeah, this is Masonic temple.
I want to read this to you, okay? And I know we probably already know this, but I want you to really listen to this, you guys. This is about, it's the lyrics to Hotel California, but I want you to think about Kylie, the location, what you just shared about this whole Masonic thing. I want you all to listen to the lyrics, okay? And think of that Donner Pass area, right? On a dark desert highway, cool wind in my hair, warm smell of colitas rising up through the air. Up ahead in the distance, I saw a shimmering light. My head grew heavy and my sights grew dim, and I had to stop for the night. There she stood in the doorway. I heard the mission bell, right? We're talking about Masonic Temple. You're saying that. I heard the mission bell. I was thinking to myself, this could be heaven or this could be hell. Then she lit up a candle and she showed me the way. There were voices down the corridor. I thought I heard them say, "Welcome to the Hotel California. Such a lovely place, such a lovely place, such a lovely face. Plenty of room at the Hotel California any time of year. You can find it here." Her mind is Tiffany twisted. I always thought it said definitely twisted. It says Tiffany twisted. Tiffany is about money, right?
Yeah.
She's got the Mercedes
I
Benz.
stop and think that where Truckee is, it is right on the border of California and Nevada.
Right.
I mean, it's right on the border.
Right on the border.
You can go on, you can actually get on from 80. You can go across Donner Pass. That is where Donner Pass is on 80. It takes you from Nevada to California. You can go all the way around Lake Tahoe.
Yeah.
You're in Nevada and part of Tahoe. You're in California and Tahoe. There's one part of Truckee where you can literally put your feet and be one side of your 1 foot in California, 1 foot in Nevada.
Right.
I'm not even kidding. I've been there. I've done it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy. I went to a concert in Truckee, and the concert was in California. We stayed in a hotel in Nevada.
Sure. Sure.
In Truckee.
Well, and you have that down where I'm from, I'm from the Ozark Mountains in Arkansas. And so we have, you know, a location where my sister lives. It's kind of like you're in Oklahoma. No, you're in Arkansas, you know?
Right.
Depends on what side of her yard, if you will. I thought this was kind of weird. So I want to get back to this real quick. And this is thinking of Sami, okay? I'm just saying, think of Sami a minute. Her mind is Tiffany twisted. She got the Mercedes Benz. She's got a lot of pretty boys that she calls friends. How they dance in the courtyard. Now, I'm thinking of fighting, dancing, court, you know what I'm saying? Fighting. See, sweet summer sweat. Some dance to remember, some dance to forget. And then I'm thinking of Sami drinking at wherever that was after Kylie was found. So I called up the captain. Now, why would you have a captain unless you have a ship, right? Please, please bring me my wine. He said we haven't had that spirit here since 1969. So, y'all, I'm just saying, go look at 1969 and think about what that means. And still those...
But here's another thing, too, I want you to stop and look at. The court, or the... I'm going to get my words wrong here. I'm so sorry. I had a stroke a couple years ago. So
take your time. You're good. Take your time. You're good.
the news conference, after they come out and they say that they found the car.
Okay.
At the very beginning of the news conference, Ellie says, we don't have the same sonar, blah, 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 blah. Toward the end, I want to say it's like 12 minutes or 15 minutes. I can't remember exactly which now. They actually ask them, when was the last time you had divers in Prosser Lake?
Okay.
The one guy says, well, you'd probably have to ask so-and-so. The other guy comes up and he says, we've never searched Prosser, but we have searched other bodies of water and all of the other areas.
I heard that and I thought I was misunderstanding what they were saying.
No, you did not misunderstand, because it is actually other creators have, somebody showed it on, there was a couple different channels that actually had pulled it up.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, somebody had it typed out, so like the actual, had it actually typed out, where you could see like the script of it,
mm-hmm.
and then they watched it as well. So yes,
wow.
that is exactly what they said. They've never searched Prosser Reservoir.
Well, that's alarming. Well, I do know that there was somebody, okay, they're searching, because we do have a few locals that talk about a few of them in boats, but I don't know what they were doing, or how thorough, but they were in boats on that first few days. Doesn't mean that they searched Prosser thoroughly, but I do know that there was a couple different locals that said that they went out there to Prosser and could see the searchers in boats, but they didn't look like they were in the water. They were just in the boat driving around.
Yeah, that's what they said. They've never had
a diver, right,
in Prosser. Never had a dive team in Prosser.
Well, I'll tell you, from my point of view, this thing really boils down to, we have a community that is trying to hide a big, big deal. And you get that with Summer Wells. You get that. Okay, think about it. Who was on Summer Wells' side? Who was her true, I got you in my pocket person?
Actually, I really didn't follow Summer Wells. She's too young for me to follow.
Okay, I respect that. Well, the answer is no one. No one. So then you look at the Kylie Rodney case, and it's like, who had this child's back?
Honestly, who had her back? The community is the only one that has her back. The outside community. And the only reason why I follow this case so closely is because it is so close to where I lived for so long.
Sure. Well, thank you.
Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have even, followed it.
Right. Well, you've been very helpful in sharing a local take on it, and giving us a lot to chew on. So thank you for calling.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I wasn't even going to, but then with the last caller, I was like, no, you're so close, but yet you're so far away.
Yeah.
Like, you're going down this one side.
Well, I think he's got it. I think he's got it, but I just don't think he knew the name of it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
yeah.
He got it, but...
And he's not from this area, or your area, so he may not know the name of it, but I think he was really, really straight on. Yeah, I think he pretty much has the gist nailed.
Yeah. So that...
and that's what we're all picking up on with this energy. I mean, you've got this high priestess, the high priestess running around there in that circle. You've got the mom saying, our daughter. She's talking that Kool-Aid drink talk. There is definitely this dark, dark energy around the lodge, around that whole area.
Yep.
It really makes a person wonder, like.
And when you're groomed into it.
Yeah.
From childhood.
Yeah.
Because I don't know a lot about it. I know enough to be dangerous with it, but not enough to be totally knowledgeable about it.
Okay. Oh.
But as far as the Rainbow Girls go, but when you're groomed into it, you start that when you are born.
Wow.
And you go on from there.
Right. Right.
So if you are And like, she's an adult. Mom is an adult.
Yeah.
So she's past that point of.
All right, lovely. Well, I'm going to let you go just so you can tend to your baby there, because I can hear somebody.
Yeah.
Somebody
He's
needs.
going off now.
Yeah, somebody. All right.
Okay.
Thank you, love.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Well, that was interesting, too. We got more information. All right, you guys. I am going to turn the phones off. We went almost an hour over, but it did show to me how much we can learn from just a few calls, right? So I do think we'll try this again in the near future, maybe in a few days. Tomorrow, I got my note. We're going to do a body suit reading. I really feel that's important. The body suit that was found on the dirt road between Prosser and Boca. What is up with the bodysuit? What is the energy check? Who does it belong to? How did it get on the road? Is it affiliated with Kylie? Is it Kylie's? Was it Kylie that was wearing it? Why is it on the road? There's so much. And if that truly was on Kylie's body, and that truly is Kylie in that picture, why would she not still be in it? Why would it be laying on the road? So these are all things definitely we want to check into. So we will check out. I have 444 in chat right now. If that's not the divine talking, saying, y'all, you keep sharing, communicate, right? I am happy to give you guys this platform. I want to do it again. We will do this again next week. We'll try it, see how it goes. If you guys enjoy this and do like you're doing and use it, I think we're learning a lot. And, there's so much passion that we all have for these children. And we all wonder, why don't the people around these children have this for this person? And I want to back up to that idea that we have Summer Wells, right? Who had Summer's back? No one. We have Kylie Rodney. Who had Kylie Rodney's back? No one. So why? What kind of world? It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. So what can we learn from the Kylie Rodney case? The phone just threw itself down, like off the cup, down there. Okay, wait a minute. We do have a question. Now, I don't take tests, but this is about how to call. So let's see this. Okay, I lost it. I don't know. All right, I lost the call. So I don't know, y'all. Sadie says, great session, Danny. Got cold. She put on a sweatshirt. Drunk, probably did the striptease out the window. Sami driving. That's why she said it's not hers. Sami said that's not. How would Sami know? That's so weird. This is why AWP always does cold cases. I'm afraid now so many people that need them won't take current cases. Well, lovely. I want to thank you all. We're at 411. That number's going to come up. Why do I just hear 411? 411. There are all those mysteries like 411 where somebody just disappears and you never hear again. And it's with that. Okay, we're reconnecting, so it's time to go. Even my camera's disconnected. A lot to chew on. Like my mind is all like that. So we definitely want to reconnect tomorrow, 1 o'clock. We're going to do a reading on Kylie Rodney and the bodysuit. And then at 3 o'clock, I will see my beautiful Starlight members over for Fight Club. Woo! Now, keep in mind, because it's going members, we can either broadcast it to everyone and only have a members chat, or no chat whatsoever, but I can broadcast it to members. That's all YouTube offers me. There is no way that I personally know how to do a private live chat for just members, unless somebody hits me up in an email and explains that. rubberducky2005 at yahoo.com. And I do it that way, Yahoo, because people were trying to do Gmail and not getting it to work. And I'm like, oh, that's why, because it's Yahoo. You guys have been amazing. I mean, I have the most intuitive, smart listeners of all of YouTube, of the planet, really, because we are worldwide. Is that not incredible? And think about how many people and their energies are in positive uniform, fighting for justice for the missing voices, right? We're coming together with our energy to bring justice and to get the miracle that we need to really get the answers and the resolve. That's what you guys are doing every day. I love you guys. I do. Thank you, everybody, from Laura Croft to Read Deeply Says. I posted the YouTube video above in a link. I'm reading this whole chat again. So much info. Okay, let me go back up and see what it is that you want to share. I'm trying. I lost the link. Well, I saved chat. So after the live is done, it will go through a processing. It'll be immediately available to watch. But if you want to see the live chat that's connected to it, you have to wait till YouTube processes that. Usually it's about 3 hours. I don't know why, just the way it works. But thank you all. I love you to the moon and back. Thank you for joining me. God bless you. Make your day count, and namaste. Love you to the moon and back.